I bought my first shoe on eBay, and I want to tell you all about it, this time on Fire Footwear. Welcome back to Fire Footwear, everybody. As always, I'm your host, Matt Freitz, and I hope that this finds you well. And I want to talk to you today about my first buying purchase on eBay of sneakers. Yes, I paid resale for something, sort of. And what shoe is it, you ask? The Air Jordan 3 Beige, Justin Timberlake colorway. When I first got back into sneakers in 2018, this shoe right here was one that I wanted. But when I got back into it, it had already released. And this has kind of been, I don't want to say a unicorn for me, but it's something that I've always wanted to go back and get. But the prices of this dead stock have just been insanely high. And so finally, I decided to dip my toes in the water of resale, more specifically eBay, and I went back and got this shoe. I got this shoe used for $225 US, and I gotta say, the one that I got was outstanding. The thing that I'll say for eBay is that the buying experience was really, really good. And in today's world where we just don't know what we're getting anymore, if you think about StockX, I was a little hesitant. But I always do my homework, I put in a bid, and I couldn't believe that this person accepted the bid. Now, this is a shoe, the Beige, that you don't see a lot of fakes of. I knew that I was getting my money's worth. And I got this shoe in hand, and I've got to tell you, it's amazing. It's everything that I thought that it would be. And that feeling of getting something that you've always wanted, we don't really get that opportunity in sneakers anymore. Because quite honestly, we just don't have that same feeling because there's so many shoes out there. And so to go back in time, which is something that real sneakerheads, quote unquote, like to do, I feel really good about it and it makes me happy. And so let's talk about the shoe just a little bit for those of you who may not remember. The Jordan 3 Beige was part of what I like to call the Tinker series. I think there was 4 colorways. There was the black and gold. There was the Air Max 1 colorway, which I owned a pair of those, and it had the swooshes that you could change, the interchangeable ones. And then there was the Fire Red, which was Fire Red, Black, White. I thought that one was absolute fire, and that was another one that I really liked. The thing about this shoe and all of them in the Tinker series was it was almost like a reimagined look at the Jordan 3 because I believe that it went back to a sketch of the Jordan 3 that had a swoosh on it. Obviously, the Jordan 3 doesn't have a swoosh on it, but all of these did. And when you think about today that we do so much in the reimagined series now, and I feel like they've missed a lot of opportunities, this shoe and this series, to me, really was reimagining a Jordan 3 in a way that I think would have actually worked today. Now, of course, you have the beige hits on this shoe, and the beige is just not a color that you see very often. Of course, that beige color is going to lend itself to fall and more winter time. Honestly, I think with the hits of orange, you could really do a lot with this shoe. It just was ahead of its time, in my opinion, because it not only was reimagined, but I think that that color palette has really aged well. It was never really a fully hyped shoe. I don't think anyway. The resale prices would tell you that it's obviously a wanted shoe. But I think Justin Timberlake had a peak, and I'm not sure he was there quite yet, or he had already passed that peak. And so I don't think Justin Timberlake's name association alone was enough to get this shoe off the ground. I think that this shoe and its color palette was divisive at the time. It was polarizing because, again, it's not one that you've seen too often. I think it's fire, and I think it was executed very well. And I think that in 10 years, when this shoe is 16 years old, it's going to have aged well, just my opinion. Of course, when it comes to materials, you have the soft suede on it. You have the contrasting colors of the white and the black on the midsole. It's not just one straight color. You have elephant print, but it's all black elephant print. To me, that looks amazing. You have the hits, the embossed higher on both shoes. I love that. And you have, of course, Tinker Hatfield's signature on the inside of the tongue, premium materials. All the details are there. There's no doubt about that, and that's one thing I loved. As far as my buying experience on eBay, the transaction was smooth, the shipping was fast, the packaging was great, everything about it was amazing. Hopefully I can find some other treasures on eBay. I have a lot of friends who tell me that. and I'm definitely going to be looking in the future. I want to thank everybody for tuning into this review of sorts. It's really just my experience with eBay and my love for this shoe and going back in time. I would love to know about shoes that you've gone back into the vault, you've gone back in time to find. Let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear about it. Hope this finds everybody well and safe. Thank you for tuning in. And now, some glamour shots of this shoe. Take care.